Hello, welcome to the Dare to Dream workshop. This is where we talk about making your dreams your reality and giving you the tools that you need to help you achieve those dreams, no matter how big they are. So excited that you've decided to join us in this workshop. This is a pretty intense workshop, I'll be honest with you, even though the videos that you're going to be reviewing aren't very long. This is intense. It can be very emotional. It can be very exciting, a little overwhelming and scary. And those are all normal feelings that you're going to have going through this process. But I want you to know that you're not alone. Everybody who dreams big goes through this, and it's okay. It's super exciting. It's super fun to see yourself moving forward and living the life that you've dreamed of. Um, and these are some of the keys that you need to ensure your success throughout the process. So we're here right behind you, right beside you, going along this journey with you. And we would love to hear throughout the process how you're doing with things, how you feel about things, get your feedback and things that you'd like to know more about or areas that we can help you in the process. And just know that we've got your back no matter what it is that you're dreaming of. So before we get started, I want to encourage you to clear your mind, get rid of any boundaries or stipulations that you've put on your life, get rid of any preconceived notions that you have about who you are, what you are, where you're going in your life. Just ask that you take a moment and open your mind to possibilities. What could be if you didn't have any limitations, if there were no constraints on your time, on your money, on other resources. Open your mind to what could be. Take a moment and give yourself permission to be open to ideas, thoughts that come into your head, instead of just pushing them aside because of life experience or things that have happened. Because it's never too late to start living your dreams. So, in this process, we're going to open a lot of doors. We're going to think about a lot of things. We're going to become um, intimate with our own thoughts, our own ideas on things. And it's important to give yourself permission to do that and give yourself permission to move towards something that maybe is outside of your comfort zone. Um, and so I just ask that you please allow yourself the opportunity to fully embrace what we're going to be doing over the next few sessions and give yourself permission to explore those areas that maybe were otherwise untapped previously. And without further ado, we will go ahead and get started. Okay. So before we can really get started with what dreams are and how you go about doing this, there's a few things that we need to think about. And the first is a famous quote by Henry Ford. And he said, "Think you can, think you can't. Either way, you'll be right." This goes right along with what I asked you to do for yourself for this process, and that is to be open minded, to be willing to explore areas that maybe were outside your comfort zone. This is really important when you're talking about dreaming and allowing yourself the opportunity to succeed at your dream. Um, Before we can really explore the big picture and the dreams in the next couple of sessions that we're going to go over the steps and the tools and the things that you need to set you up for success, we need to understand why people fail, why people don't achieve their dreams. Not to be negative, but to give ourselves the knowledge and understanding of human nature and how people are, and maybe tap into your own life and shed some light on maybe why things haven't gone the way that you've wanted them to go so far. Because we all start out dreaming of big, grandiose things. I mean, not many people can say that their childhood didn't have a big dream in it that they wanted to achieve or where they wanted to go. So, we're going to talk a little bit about why dreams fail first, and then we're going to set you up with the tools to make you not one of those statistics. And first, um, one of the biggest things that people set goals for is the new year. And about 8% of the people who set New Year's resolutions actually achieve those New Year's resolutions. That means 92% of those people who set New Year's resolutions fail. And out of those, 80% of them are going to fail within the first 6 weeks of the year. By February 15th, they will fail. And it's not because they couldn't accomplish what it was that they set out to do. It was because they maybe had overwhelm. Maybe they set this goal and it was so big that they overwhelmed themselves with the idea of what they were trying to do. It's such a daunting task that they couldn't conceptualize a way to get themselves there. Maybe they underestimated the time, the money, the resources that it was going to take. And so instead of achieving little successes early on in the process, they maybe perceived that they failed at something early on in the process because it was taking more time than they thought it should. Maybe the goal that they set is not their own goal. Maybe it's someone else's goal. Maybe it's something that someone else wanted them to accomplish or that they perceive that someone else wants them to accomplish. And so there's a lack of ownership of the goals that they're setting. So instead of being, their own goal, it's somebody else's goal for them. Maybe they forgot to set themselves up with some accountability. Maybe they didn't share what they were trying to accomplish with someone because they wanted it to be a surprise, or they wanted to do it and be able to say, hey, look what I did. But because they didn't set themselves up with any accountability, it was just easy to walk away from when the going got tough and things got hard. They didn't set themselves up with any benchmarks or things to move them along the process. It's very easy to get caught up in life if you don't outline what it is that you're trying to accomplish and how you're going to go about doing that. So one of the very first tools I'm going to explain is how you can turn your dreams into reality by taking control of your dreams, by taking control of the process. Because if you can do that, you will be successful. You will move towards your dream each and every day, and you will have successes along the way that motivate you to continue. So the first part of turning your dreams into reality is actually having a dream and knowing where it is that you want to go, knowing what you want to do and how that relates to every aspect of your life. You can't push one aspect of your life aside to accomplish something else. You have to look at your life as a whole and see how this creates a picture. So there are different areas of your life. And in the worksheets that are in the portal, there's one called the Wheel of Life, and it talks about 8 areas of interest in everyone's life, 8 key areas in everyone's life that make up a complete life. And if you push the, areas aside to accomplish something else, then you don't have satisfaction in those areas. And that creates a roadblock that, keeps you from achieving your dream. So when we talk about your dream, we're talking about the whole picture, your entire life, not just one aspect of your life. In session 2, we're going to talk about the plan. And that is creating a roadmap for yourself to help lead you towards your final destination, whatever that big dream is that you're trying to achieve. And it's going to give you time frames that you have to complete those things by in order for your dream to happen. And by creating those, you're creating some accountability, you're creating a sense of urgency to help you get things done and keep moving you in that right direction. And then lastly, in session 3, we're going to be talking about action and taking steps towards your goal to keep you moving in that direction of achieving your big dream. So session 1 is all about the dream. What is the dream? Session 2 is going to be about the plan, and session 3 is going to be taking action. Creating your vision is really a fun part because you get to think about all the things that you want in your life and all the things that would really make you feel whole and complete, and putting them down in a way. It's kind of like a puzzle. When you first start your puzzle, you have all these pieces that are, separated and not touching one another. And then when you start putting pieces together, then all of a sudden you start to see the picture that the puzzle creates. And this is really what you want to think about when you're building your dream. Is right now, maybe you have this puzzle called your life, and none of the pieces are touching, and you can't see what that picture looks like. And so this session, I want you to think about how your life would look if money and time and resources were not an issue, and create that perfect life. What is perfect to you? We do have in the worksheet the Wheel of Life, and I will go into that here in just a few minutes, but your vision is what you dream it to be. So this perfect life is what you dream it to be. And I don't want you to think about limitations, and I don't want you to think about roadblocks, and I don't want you to think about all the things that are going to keep you from doing it. I just want you to think about what it is. What does it look like? What does your perfect life look like? What does it include? When you're thinking about this, I want you to be bold and I want you to think big. This is your vision, and it has to be yours. It can't be your husband's, your wife's, your daughter's, your son's, your grandparents', your parents'. It can't be what they want for you. It has to be what you want. What do you want to achieve with your perfect life? And really, when you're thinking about this, no dream is too big and no dream is unattainable. Don't put limitations on yourself. Allow yourself the freedom to say, this is what I want to go after. This is what I want in my life without limitation. A good way to go about doing this is bringing your dreams to life. And you can bring those dreams to life using vision boards. When we think about little kids and they talk about all the things that they want to do when they grow up, as adults, we put limitations on it because we understand the reality of work and life and families and juggling, everything that goes on a daily basis. And we start putting limitations on these. But the beauty of children is that they don't understand limitations. They know no limits. They know no boundaries. They only know that this is what they want. And we have to pursue our dreams with a childlike enthusiasm. We have to pursue our dreams with that same passion and zest that children do. When you ask a child, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they tell you, I want to be president of the world. You kind of chuckle inside, but there's a part of you that just goes, wow, that's huge. And I can say that firsthand because my daughter was the one that said she wanted to be president of the world when she grew up. And it's okay because you don't want to create those limitations. Don't put limitations on yourself. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What would make your life perfect? In this session, I want you to give yourself permission to take time to sit down and think about those hard questions. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What does your dream life look like? I mentioned earlier that we have a worksheet in the portal, and in that worksheet, you're going to learn about the Wheel of Life, which we talked about the 8 key areas that make up people's lives. And part of this worksheet is you going through and assigning a number value, 1 being very dissatisfied, 10 being fully satisfied. And you're going to assess your current situation for your physical environment, your business or career, your finances, your health, your family and friends, your romantic life, your personal growth, and fun and recreation. Those are the 8 areas. And when you're going to assign a number score to each of those, 1 being very dissatisfied to 10 being fully satisfied with each area of your life. Evaluate them individually and put the first number that comes to mind down in each area of the Wheel of Life. This is going to be the start of your dream journal, because it's going to let you know the areas that you are very satisfied in. It's going to let you know the areas that you need to work on. And that will help you to focus your efforts on your most perfect life and focus your efforts on creating that and fulfilling your purpose and your dreams. Open your mind, as I said before, and don't put limitations on yourself because of money or resources. I want you to dream big, super, super, super huge, huge, huge dreams, big dreams. Think about the big, big, big picture. What would be perfect for you? And we put down a few questions on this. And again, just write down. Don't worry about how to make it happen right now. All I want you to do is write down what your thoughts are about what that dream looks like. How would your life look if money and resources were not a factor? What have you always wanted to do, but fear kept you from accomplishing? What do you wish you had more time for in your life? What character traits do you want people to remember you for? What would leave you feeling the most fulfilled in your life? And are there areas that you might want to see develop that maybe aren't listed in this 8 key areas? Write down the first things that come to mind and just put them down on paper. Don't analyze them. Don't think about them. Just put down the first thing that comes to your mind. And then after you've done that, write down your dream life. Write down that dream, that big picture that we talk about. Just write down on paper what that looks like. And we gave you a few lines to do so, but obviously it may take more than that, and that's okay. Write it down wherever you need to, type it out, whatever it's going to take. Don't worry about the hows and whys. We're going to get to that in session 2, and in session 3, we're going to talk about that part. So don't worry about that right now. All I want you to do right now is sit down and write out what that ideal picture looks like in your mind. What is your perfect life? And just put it down on paper. We'll move into session 2, which is your goal setting. Session 3 is going to be your day-to-day, developing habits of success and developing habits of making your dream reality. And once you get through this process, you're going to have a very good picture of what you need to do over the next several years to get yourself to the big dream. We're here to help you through this process no matter what. Like I said, this is only session 1 out of 3. So we're just getting started together. But no, if you have any questions or you want to discuss something or you just need to bend somebody's ear about what you're thinking, please do not hesitate to reach out. Please do not hesitate to let us know. We have people all over that we work with to help them in their dreams, help them achieve their dreams, help them in their goal setting. And we want to do the same for you. If you have questions about an area that we're discussing or you want more information, let us know that too, and we'll be happy to respond to you, get information to you to help you in this process. Because dreaming, as I said early on, can be very big, it can be very scary, but it can also be so much fun. And when you start seeing the success and you're moving forward and you really feel things start coming together, you will experience a level of happiness and excitement and just joy in your life that you've probably maybe never experienced before. And we hope that this process will help you to do that. Um, so let us know if there's anything that you need from us. And in the meantime, enjoy dreaming. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.